Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be the second week. If you didn't see in the last video, me and Charlie are currently in Egypt and we signed in last week, but unfortunately we didn't get in. So we've been around the whole week practicing every day, and yeah, this is sign-in day today, so we're going to take you with us. Fingers crossed, hopefully we'll find out tonight whether we get into qualifying or not. And yeah, let's go. Last thing before, please subscribe, like the video, and yeah, let's get into it. Right, hey guys, so we're just heading out to the club now. Gonna try to hustle some courts, as this morning I checked in and there wasn't any available, so if there's any chance there's gonna be 2 people on a court at most, or at minimum, and we'll just have to bump on. Hopefully we can get half an hour or something, and then the plan is to just sign in, pay the entry fee, and yeah, fingers crossed, we'll hope and check tonight on the draw and see if we get in or not. But yeah, I'll see you later.
Balik as next.
I just checked my phone, I was playing pool and the draw came out. I got a match, so really excited. I'm playing against the first seed, but I'm very excited and I feel actually quite good about that because there's absolutely no pressure on me, on paper at least. Obviously I'm going to go in very confident. I think my best tennis comes out when there's a strong opponent on the other side, so I'm not actually really worried or nervous at the moment, which is a good thing. And yeah, I'm super pumped. We'll turn up tomorrow, try and get a practice session in. And yeah, I can't believe it really. I've been waiting here a whole week to hear this, so yeah, I'm really excited. Let's go, come on. Okay, we're on the way to practice courts. We'll try and put our name down on the sheet and hopefully we can get a court early in the morning. And yeah, we'll figure out the rest of the day. So this is the first session of the day and I decided to do a lot of volley work as my game plan for the match was to use my serve well and look to come forwards whenever I could. So I do think situational practice is extremely important and something I'm definitely trying to implement into my practice way more often. And I don't think enough people do it. I think if you put enough time making and practicing the exact plays you'll actually do in a match, I feel like you'll improve a lot and you'll get a lot better at playing those 1 or 2 shots without a rhythm, which is necessarily, I think, very realistic in terms of a match where there might not be a rhythm every single time. And yeah, I think it just makes you think on your feet and react a lot better. So the serving part of my game is pretty significant. I do feel like I need a little bit more practice on accuracy, as that makes all the difference between someone who just can hit the ball well and someone who can actually use that around the court and create opportunities and spaces. I feel like if you're going to serve +1, you'll need to do that very well. So especially in this match, and here we're playing out some points, just getting the serve in and that first strike is something I've been watching this whole week and generally the person who does really well and wins a lot of games is the person who can make a high percentage of first serves, and not necessarily the biggest serve, but just place it around the box well and, you know, not give many errors. I think that was really interesting to see. Morning practice session's finished. Feeling pretty good, to be honest. The guy I'm playing later on is the first seed for qualifying. He's about 890 ATP, so strong opponent, but I'm not going to let the numbers phase me or anything like that, because that's pointless. It won't help me. I think in these conditions everyone's struggling with. One end, it absolutely flies with the wind. The other one, you're hitting into it. So I feel like if I can go into the match with some strong service games and return games, obviously different plans for those two, and I execute them well, commit to everything, and get rid of the habit of where I'm passive. I think as long as I'm really pumped up, get my presence on the court, and the opponent feels that, I'm sure I can rattle him, and then cause an upset. So I'm feeling very confident and actually pretty excited for it. Obviously I can just let loose and there's no pressure on me. That's the mindset I'm going to have going into it. And it's going to be a little bit later today. It's early morning-ish today for the first practice. And the match before us is not before 4 o'clock. So it will be about 5:36-ish. So I have a lot of the day to stretch, get my proper warm-up in, and yeah, get some food. Really, you know, get into my head, all the game plan, and yeah, feeling pretty good. So keep you posted, and yeah, we'll try and get footage for the match. Let's go. So a couple hours until my match, and I get a text from my girlfriend giving me some support, making me feel good, a little bit more confidence, and I'm just restocking my drinks with some electrolytes, as it's quite humid out here, so got a few bottles of those. Shout out to Precision Hydration, shout out if you're watching. And yeah, just getting a few fresh grips on so my hand doesn't slip, as it's quite humid and hot out here. And yeah, the player I'm playing is Pengyu Liu out of China, and he has quite a good UTR and is ATP ranked around 900, and he does quite well in the hard court season. So here we go in the match. Felt like I started off really well, coming out the gates firing with my serve. Yeah, as you can see there, as an example of the wind, it's getting ridiculous at times, and that's what made the match really difficult. Straight off the bat, I've been training the whole week, 2 weeks, broad daylight when the heat is at its highest, and there's a little bit less wind. However, as soon as I get to play, the match is, pretty late, less heat, and the wind picks up. So the conditions were quite a bit different, and I knew that I had to make a little bit of an adjustment to how I played, how I approached the match. But yeah, I just did my best to stay a little bit fired up, pumped, so the guy knows I'm present there. And I start strong, I get the first game. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Great passing shot there from him. Maybe made a slightly wrong decision there. But again, I do feel like on my service games, I did a pretty good job. Although I would say that my serve percentage could be a little bit better on my first serve, as if I do get the serve in, I know it's going to be pretty deadly and I get a good opportunity to get on top of the point. But yeah, throughout this match, I did get a few opportunities. I do feel like everything wasn't exactly pretty realistic to training, and there's a lot of balls that were just out of my reach and just ended up floating with the wind a little bit weirdly. And shout out to the guy, I mean, he did a great job, obviously proven that he earns his ranking through good match play. I think he just made a lot of balls at the right time and took me out the court a little bit more than I did to him. So yeah, I did my best to make it weird, as I love all these hustle rallies, little chips and slices, angles, mix up the pace and height of the ball. So that's what I tried to do here. I tried to knock off his rhythm, just make it really strange, and I thought that would be a good play for me. And although I did feel like I did okay, he seemed to handle that really well. He just stood with the ball, hit pretty good quality, and he just ended up making a lot more balls into the court than I did. He just handled the conditions well. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself, to be honest. I think I've put up a really good fight. I didn't really let the match run away. You know, going through the motions, if you've ever played a match and you know that feeling. I try to be present in every point and really do my best to, you know, create some resistance towards his game. But yeah, some balls like that I tried to take early and just knew as soon as I hit it, it wasn't really the right shot. I'm pulling that one wide. Kind of unfortunate. Some shots I felt like I hit well, and the ball does not travel where you want it to necessarily with the conditions. So yeah, it's quite frustrating, some of it, but that's real tennis. It's not really, you know, exactly how you want it. It's not all perfect like how it is in training sometimes. But yeah, second set, I decided to switch t-shirts. Make it a little bit more noticeable that I'm making a change, and stick with my game, play quite attacking, but I just wanted to make a few more balls in the court, as I knew he was just sort of waiting the situation out. Like, sure, you know, I'll win a couple really good points, but over the period of the match he would win more consistently. So yeah, I just tried to stick in there, and again, serving pretty well. I do feel like that was the part of my game that was working the best. However, I didn't feel like I could set behind the ball very well. These courts are very quick, especially with the wind. You just have to be, you know, a different kind of breed to handle this stuff consistently. I think it takes more experience and getting used to this level. And yeah, here's match point. He managed to put a really, you know, tough serve down into the ad court on advantage, and yeah, that's a match, 6-3, 6-2. So yeah, congrats to the guy. He played really well.
So Lem, give me a quick run through of the match.
Well, I found it really tough to play. In practice, felt good. Completely different when we actually played the match. The wind's very high at the moment, and the guy made way less errors than I did. I think that's what it ultimately came down to. I do feel like I played a good game plan. I scrambled and hustled really well, made the match into my favour, the style of play that I like to play. But I do think that he took control of more points. He missed less on big points and just higher percentage, and I think that's just what it comes down to. Good players do when you win round after round. No, 3 and 4. The guy probably smashed it out the fence.
Yeah. Do you have any balls?
So it's been a whole day since yesterday, and yeah, I've just had time to think about my match, really recalculate, and I think once I fly back, I can put my training in order, have new focuses, new goals, and it's been an amazing experience over this past 2 weeks. I've got to learn loads about travel, managing money, court booking, expenses, so many things like wild cards, and just know the ins and outs of a ITF tournament. So yeah, I think it's been a really fun trip. Some not so good things, some good things, but yeah, it's been really enjoyable. Thank you for sticking around, and yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and join the channel. And yeah, hopefully I'll be posting many more videos to come, and throughout this series, point by point, I will be trying to play more ITF futures, trying to get my ITF points and my ATP eventually, and try and climb the rankings. And yeah, please join. So yeah, it's great to have you around. thank you for watching, supporting. I really want to grow this channel and make it a part of who I am. And yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.